friends, and welcome to the latest spin. I'm Mike Spinner, Student Athlete World USA, coming at you on what I hope is a very happy Monday as we observe Memorial Day 2024. I don't want to say celebrate, I don't want to say happy Memorial Day because this is, well, I'm sure there's plenty of celebrating going on with barbecues and cookouts and family. It's a holiday. It's not meant as a celebration, it's meant to remember those who sacrificed their lives so we can enjoy the freedoms that we have. So if you're watching this in totally non-political statement, just I hope you take a minute to remember why we have Memorial Day off. And of course, the student athlete world, we don't have Memorial Day off. We're still working here. As you may have seen on our social media, Tim posted something personal, which very rarely happens, and picture of him working out in his student athlete world gear, which tells you two things. One, Tim, like me, doesn't matter the day or the occasion, we're working. All right. And number two, I guess in North Carolina, it's okay to skip leg day. Just kidding, Tim. It's all good. All good. Hope you had a great workout and a great holiday with your family. And what can I say? We're almost in June, and which means we're almost touring. We're almost traveling. We're almost there. For Tim and I and anyone associated with Student Athlete World, we are literally about to put together 10 months of really hard work, and it's amazing how we put in all this work for all these months, and our touring season is really 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and so it's all that work to really enjoy the 5 or 6 weeks that we travel for, and it's 100% worth it. I'm excited to travel myself to Spain and Portugal. I'm excited to see all of our families travel to their destinations this year, and I can't wait for that part. That's the fun part, the really fun part of this job, and I can't wait. Speaking of our tours, so we're approaching June 1st. So in a few days, we'll be able to say, hey, we are traveling this month or in a couple of weeks, or however you want to say it. Of course, exciting. So it's June 1st, roughly. What should I be doing now that we're here? Now that we're at the finish line, where we're on that 1 yard line, we're getting ready to fly. So what I would do if I were you, think about the big vacations you've taken in your life or more recently. And that I would do that mental checklist. Okay. So if I'm going on vacation, like, do I have my driver's license? In this case, do I have my passport? Many of you have passports that you know have now expired. Make sure you know where that passport is because obviously you do have to travel. Where's my luggage? Do I have enough clothing? As I've documented here, I've lost a significant amount of weight, 45 pounds I'm up to. Over the weekend or Friday morning, actually, I tried on my student athlete world clothes, make sure they didn't get too big. And let's just say, I'm going to wear some baggy clothes to Spain and Portugal, and it's all good. Um, you know, do I have enough of my essential prescriptions? Okay, you're going away for up to 10 days. Do you have enough to get you through 10 days? Even things like navigating the airport. So, for those of you who are flying to the meetup airport, take a minute, do the virtual tour of the airport, and find out where you're going. International airports tend to be very big and a little bit confusing. It's like I'm going out of Boston Logan for my tour. I've never been there before. And so, like, I already know where the terminal is. I know where parking is. I'm not flying to Boston because I live not too far. But if you're flying to Boston or Philadelphia or JFK, New York, wherever, know which terminal you have to go to and how you get there. Is there a train? Do you have to get a cab? Is there a shuttle bus? These things are what you should be doing around June 1st. Because the more you prepare on June 1st, the easier it becomes the day of your tour. So things like clothing, toiletries, et cetera, et cetera. Make sure everything fits in your suitcase. You don't want to find out the day you're leaving that, hey, you need a second suitcase, which is just more kind of burden to travel. And know the logistics of your tour. That is what I'd be doing now. And if you're an athlete, make sure you're ready to go, right? If your basketball season ended in February or March and AAU really hasn't hit kind of overdrive yet, maybe you're not quite in shape like you used to be. Well, you have a few weeks now to get in shape if you're on one of our June European tours. If you haven't taken a jump shot in a couple of months, well, grab a ball, go to your nearest hoop, 500 jump shots, a day, or that's a lot. But of course, Lacrosse players, same thing with your stick work and your conditioning. Lacrosse players, make sure you know how your sticks fit into your luggage and how you transport your stick internationally. Just all those little things that you can do over the next few weeks to make sure that kind of the minutia of your tour, the small things, make sure they're all covered so you have no big things the day you're prepared to depart. That is my advice. I'm doing the same thing for my tour. I suggest you do it for yours. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Now, today's What in the World is sponsored by Boston College Women's Lacrosse. Now, as you know, if you've watched my videos, I am a lacrosse person by background. I'm a women's lacrosse coach of decades now. And I love the sport. I love lacrosse in general. Today Notre Dame was absolutely dominant, beating Maryland for the Division I men's championship. But yesterday was Boston College's day. Now, the context to me is the NCAA came out with some real interesting news this week that now schools are going to be allowed to pay their athletes, not NIL money, but a salary. It seems like is what is coming very soon to Division I athletics. To me, that's a really bad thing, and that's part of what's in the world here. So you have that news that I personally did not like. I really think it's the end of the NCAA period. Not as we know, just there's not going to be an NCAA anymore pretty soon. That's my own prediction. So you have that bad news, that kind of bad news for college sports. Good news if you're an athlete. Juxtapose that with what happened during the Division I Women's Lacrosse Championship yesterday between Boston College and Northwestern. If you did not watch the game, it was one of the greatest sporting events I've ever seen. Boston College was down 6-0. There was a time in women's lacrosse 6-0 meant the game was probably over, even though it was the first quarter. Without a shot clock, women's lacrosse teams would go into stalls, slow it down, take 5 minutes possession time off every possession. Come back would not have been possible. There's a shot clock now. It helped out a lot, and it turned into one of the classic lacrosse games, classic Division I championship for any sports in history. What a game. What an atmosphere. How amazing. Boston College, congratulations. Just on a fabulous season and really an epic comeback for the ages in that championship game. So, and welcome on board as a sponsor. So, what in the world, as I alluded to, what in the world, NCAA? Now we're going to start paying athletes salaries. So you have Power 5 schools paying salaries, NIL money, and unmitigated transfer portal. So, ladies and gentlemen, the NCAA is about to officially become minor league sports with a major league salary in some cases, and that's it. I don't like it one bit. What and as you may know, I worked in college athletics 23 years. Why did I do it? Well, it wasn't for the money. All right. I love competition. I love that scoreboard. I miss it. I still coach, as many of you know, but nothing to me is as amazing as that scoreboard, that chance to compete. That's why I work in college athletics 23 years and the lessons you get to learn and teach and be a part of in competition. And now what we have is it's becoming now a professional venture. I'm a great athlete of any sport. I'm going to go to the place that between NIL money and salary now is going to pay me the most. And at the end of my first year, if I do really well, I have transfer portal. I can look at another school to make even more money. And, if the school doesn't find a way to make me academically eligible, then I'll leave and go somewhere else that will. Like, right now, where are we going here? All right. We are basically now, it seems to me, that the NCAA is going to do whatever it can now to compete with real professional sports, major league sports, for the advertising dollars, for the ratings, for the money, so that its athletes can get paid. That's where we are. That's where we've landed, which means the NCAA, which was founded as an association for the promotion of amateur athletics, is a professional organization, which means it doesn't exist anymore. All right. Athletes, not every athlete, actually, most athletes are going to play college sports for the reasons why we have an NCAA, why we have college sports. But a big enough percentage is going to go to college and compete for the money than we've ever seen. And it's only going to get worse. I hate it. I'm very disappointed. I do hope there's a way